Welcome everyone to the Moisky News for February 19th, 2020. Today I have two subjects I want to talk about. I'm going to start with the good one, because I think it's quite amusing. A lot of MPs get a fair amount of criticism on social media, which has led to many of them because the criticism has crossed lines that they have drawn to harassment, which has meant they want to protect themselves from the criticism. One such detractor is called Siobhan Davis, who's not an overall fan of the new MP, Virginia Crosby. In fact, she's given her a considerable amount of hassle and criticism since she won her election by more than 1,900 votes in the December general election. This particular seat had been held by Labour since 2001. And it should be noted that Virginia Crosby was actually a last-minute selection after the former Brecon and Radnorshire MP Chris Davis, who was selected as a candidate, withdrew before, or the day before, due to opposition by local association and other Welsh Conservatives because of his expenses thing, where he split some invoices and manufactured some new ones because, photographs and expenses. Big no-no. Huge controversy. How much is it worth? Not much, but still controversy, right? They have still yet to get to the eugenics-related stuff from Dominic Cummings, and since PMQs was not on today, thanks Twitter for getting that wrong, we won't be able to discuss it, and it'll probably be dead by next week in favour of the immigration policy that got introduced today. We'll address that tomorrow, I promise. So Siobhan Davis, one of the detractors of Virginia Crosby, because she's a highly privileged woman who had, good jobs at UBS and, money, swag. She's been very rude towards Virginia Crosby since she assumed office in mid-December. And then Storm Dennis hit, and a rather interesting encounter took place because she was kind of stuck outside in quite heavy gale force winds and required a lift home. I'm pretty sure you know where I'm going with this. And Virginia Crosby gave her a lift home because she happened to be driving past. That changed her mood and opinion. Moving on from that, because this one amused me, and I think it's quite funny, ended quite nicely. It's a rare treat, to be honest. I know bugger all about Virginia Crosby because she's not been in Parliament long enough to do anything that I really care about. I want to talk about Caroline Lucas. The only MP for the Green Party. She's held her Brighton seat for a long time. Wasn't she an MEP as well? I'll be honest, at this point her seat is safe. The bins in her area are rarely emptied, but her seat is safe and everything's green. She's currently under investigation for what has been deemed a breach of parliamentary rules, because as part of a fundraising drive for her re-election, she offered a tour of the Commons in exchange for £150. This is a direct breach of the Code of Conduct for MPs, which states that MPs must not offer tours of the House in raffles or auctions. The complaint, in fact, went to the Parliamentary Commissioner for Standards about the offer last year, with Caroline Lucas firmly believing she did nothing wrong, man. Yo, swag, in it, bruv. Now, the offer of a 30-minute personal guided tour of the Commons in exchange for a donation was because of the general election, entirely because of that. And in fact, the person who made the donation did in fact visit the Commons earlier this year. Members of the public can pay for a guided tour around the Houses of Parliament. UK residents can in fact arrange a one-off, free of charge, through their local MP. Originally, the Standards Commissioner began the investigation after receiving a complaint about the Green Party offer. Due to a subsequent complaint, the same issue has been received and it has become a bit more than what it originally was. Caroline Lucas, while conceding that an investigation is currently underway because, she does not believe she has done anything wrong and has been advised by the Commissioner's investigations that they are confidential, so it is not appropriate for her to say anything more at this time, until she's fine. The Office of the Parliamentary Commissioner for Standards has stated it did not comment on ongoing matters, so it can't confirm any of this. Hypothetically, if she did, she will be sanctioned. She will not be given a slap on the wrist. MPs are not allowed to break the rules and they're hit pretty hard when they do. If she hasn't, then this is quite amusing and quite the conspiracy against one Green MP. With this, and of course the rather amusing story of Siobhan Davis, the hater of Virginia Crosby, I'm very much interested to know what you think. I know this isn't like some in-depth policy or breaking news related thing, but I quite like the idea of occasionally having a break. And I think both are interesting. I'm kind of intrigued to see where Virginia Crosby goes now, because I only just found out about her. I'm interested to know what she does. So please do let me know in the comments below. As stated, no PMQs tonight, but I'm streaming on Twitch, if you're interested. The Real Omegon. Go follow me, if you want to.